What is up, dudes and lady dudes? Welcome back to Just Nuts, guys. Today we've got finally new cards. We are, I don't know, 3 weeks away from this set straight up coming out in the OCG. We've only had 20 cards revealed, which means we still have like 60 cards we're going to get revealed in the next 3 weeks. So I've kind of been like sitting here going like, when are they going to start revealing these things, man? But we got some stuff. We got OJAMA Pink and MAHA VAILO Retrain, a new MAHA VAILO boss monster. So we're going to be going over those today. Obviously, these aren't going to be the most meta-changing things, but they're still exciting. So let's just get into it. Let's start off with this guy. Oh my god. Oh man. He reminds me of like Lilo and Stitch. Like one of the aliens, but cool. Okay, we've got OJAMA Pink here, whomst keeps memeing these things into existence. Yeah, you're right. Who does keep memeing these things into existence? Yu-Gi-Oh! Organization. Also, shout out to Yu-Gi-Oh! Organization. They always kill it with the news updates. Anyway, obviously he is a light beast effect monster, level 2, with 0 attack and 1000 defense. That's pretty normal. You can only use the effect of this card's name once per turn. His effect reads, if this card is sent from the hand or field to the graveyard, you can have each player draw 1 card, then each player discards 1 card, and if you discarded an OJAMA card, you can choose 1 opponent's unused monster zone, and that zone cannot be used until the end of the opponent's turn. Alright, okay, nothing crazy, right? It's really not that crazy of a card. Like, obviously the draw and discard's not the worst for you, but you also give it to your opponent, which is not always the best. But the good thing is, this could help actually legitimize. Oh my god, it's too early. Could actually help you legitimize like a OJAMA lockdown strategy. So if you don't know, OJAMAs already have the boss monsters of OJAMA King and OJAMA Knight. They both kind of do the same similar thing where OJAMA Knight takes 2 materials for 2 OJAMA monsters, but just says you lock your opponent out of 2 of their monster zones. OJAMA King, however, takes 3 materials, but locks them out of 3 monster zones. So one thing I wanted to say is I don't think you can lock an extra monster zone, so you cannot like pseudo extra link your opponent. But the thing is, if you lock down 3 zones, your opponent can still put 2 monsters on the field, then go into the extra deck, then put more monsters on the field, and go from there. So it really isn't that much strong of a lock. But locking down 4 zones is another story, right? Like, if you lock down 4 of their main monster zones with like King plus use this guy until the end of their turn, they can only put 1 monster on the field, and they either have to be playing a deck that uses like a Link 1, or at least have the capability of doing a Link 1 and then extending past that, or they're kind of screwed. So, you know, I don't think the card's insane. I don't think it's insane. I don't think anybody's gonna think it's insane, but it does help OJAMAs with draw power and bricking on a bunch of OJAMA cards, as well as the fact that it does like somewhat legitimize the potential of just doing like OJAMA King lockdown, because you use King to lock down 3 of their zones, and then you use this guy to lock down 1, and if they're not playing a deck that can make use of like a Link 1 to still try and Link climb and out that situation, they will just like straight up lose. So kind of a cool card. You know, it's OJAMAs. It's classic. I didn't think this card would be insane, but it is a classic. It adds to the classic lore of OJAMAs. And you know what? It's not my least favorite OJAMA design. I will say that. All right, and that takes us to our other new monster, a MAHA VAILO Retrain. If you don't know the original MAHA VAILO, it's a very, very old card. I believe it came out in like literally the 2nd set ever in Yu-Gi-Oh! Or 2nd core set at least. He's just like a 400 body. I think he has the same stats as this guy, like 1500, 1400. And he said he gains an additional 500 attack for every equip card currently equipped to him. So he would get really, really big, especially for the time. Just even after 1 equip card. So kind of cool. But we've got a new boss monster here. His name is Light Sky MAHA VAILO. Okay, I mean, he looks dope. he definitely looks dope. Alright, he's a light spellcaster effect monster. He's level 8 with 1550 attack and 1400 defense. Kind of weird that he's level 8. Like, stats are still kind of lame, but I guess we'll see what he does. Alright, he gains effects based on the number of equipped cards equipped to him. Not too surprising. I didn't think they'd go too far away from the equip mechanic with this one. If he has one equipped card equipped to him, he gains 1000 attack for each equipped card equipped to it. Okay, so just out the gate. And it's each. That's very interesting. So technically it's like the first one equipped to him, he'll be 2550. If you equip a second card to him, he's already going to be 3550. Plus, if the equip like boosts him even more, he get even bigger. So that's kind of cool. Second effect, your opponent cannot activate monster effects during the battle phase. So no floating, no negates, no disruptions in the battle phase. You can just get to the battle phase. You should be good. That's fine. I mean, back in the day, that would have mattered way more. You know, stuff like Mystic Tomatoes and, you know, floating Shining Angels, Giant Rats, Pyramid Turtles, all that stuff. Witch of the Black Forest, Sangan. That stuff might have mattered in the past, but it doesn't matter nearly as much. But, okay, it could come up. Third effect, when your opponent activates a card or effect that targets this card, you can send an equipped card you control to the graveyard to negate that effect. Honestly, this could have just been an Omni negate. I mean, it takes so much setup. You got to give 3 equips. This guy has no way to summon himself, and you have to put 3 different equip cards on this guy. It's a negate, but it's only targeting stuff. Whatever. Fourth effect, your opponent cannot activate cards or effects during the battle phase. So not just monster effects during the battle phase, but this essentially just says no spell or trap effects either. Alright, you know, just make it, so essentially you're just making him a huge chungus that like your opponent can't stop in the battle phase. And the last card, or last effect, if he has 5 different cards equipped to himself, any battle damage he inflicts to your opponent is doubled, essentially trying to set him up for a 1-punch kill. So the idea would be if you have 5 cards equipped to this dude, he's going to be at least 6,500 attack, and he deals double damage. Pretty good, pretty scary, but like again, how are you setting this up? Like that's the biggest problem for me with this card in terms of ever seeing competitive usage. How do you get him on the board? He's a level 8 and he does not summon himself, so you have to find a way to summon him. Ideally, you're probably not going to be wanting to do a double tribute for this dude, and then you'd also have to put 5, like not 5 obviously, but for the double damage at least you'd have to put 5. You're at least wanting to probably put 3 equips, so he'd be 4,550 plus whatever stat boosts the equip cards themselves give him. He has targeting protection. Your opponent doesn't get monster effects in the battle phase. But even that, I think, is just overall kind of weak. But I don't know. Like, listen, these are legacy cards. I don't think they're supposed to be overly amazing, but they're cool, and I want to talk about them here. I want to at least make a quick video going over them. I'm just excited that we're actually getting, hopefully, starting to get more Blazing Vortex stuff, and we get stuff every day. I mean, we've got literally, like, after these, we're, I don't know, 55 more cards until the set comes out. We could get 2 cards a day until the set comes out, and that's like, take away weekends, we get 3 cards a day, and then we'd actually get them like about on time. So hopefully that's how Konami decides to go about it. Just give us a couple cards a day. I would love it. I love new cards, and I would obviously get videos out to you on them. So thank you so much for watching, guys. As always, leave a comment down below what you think on these new cards. If you are a long-running OJAMA fan, let me know if you think this card actually gives legitimacy to the lockdown strategy, as well as the MAHA VAILO guy. Like, I don't know, if you think there are any weird interactions with MAHA VAILO that open up his, you know, potential, I don't know, as a competitive card, definitely let me know in the comment section down below, although I don't think it's there, but go ahead and try and convince me otherwise. Thank you so much for watching, guys. I will see you in the next video. Subscribe if you want to stay up to date on all Yu-Gi-Oh card reveals and reviews and stuff, and I will see you in the next video. Peace.